Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. I am CrisTheGirl. Today we are going to accomplish a couple of things. There's a few things that I want to do today. So first of all, before I begin here, we are safe. We are here in Florida, if you didn't know, and we just had a hurricane come through. A major, huge, gigantic hurricane just came through Florida, or right next to Florida. Came up through the panhandle, and we are fine here. Just wanted to let you all know. I appreciate you all asking and inquiring and whatnot. It really means the world to me. But yeah, we are fine here, and fortunately, where we have moved, we are in a much better place than where we used to be, because trust me, we have been through the whole evacuation thing and all of that stuff. And even before I started this YouTube channel, I've lived over half of my life here in Florida, so I've seen many a hurricane, and it's always a really scary thing to go through, regardless of where you live, you know. So, but fortunately, we personally are okay, and my thoughts, my prayers, my everything goes out to the people out there who were not as lucky. It really, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart every single time. Like I said, it really doesn't get any easier. So heart goes out to Florida, heart goes out to the other states that this massive, huge hurricane affected and is still affecting as we speak. So anyway, I just wanted to let you all know that before we go any further here, although I suppose that's probably apparent because I wouldn't be firing up the camera if we were in huge peril or anything like that. But nonetheless, what are we doing today? So we are going to go out thrifting today, and everybody just keep your spooky fingers crossed for me, please, that we find some dang frames today. So if you didn't see my last video, I showed basically the rest of my Haunted Mansion haul for you all. A lot of that stuff came from Etsy, but there were a few other random things that I just hadn't shown you yet. I just wanted to put that out there in a video because we're going to be decorating the bathroom maybe tomorrow. Depending on how things go, it may be tomorrow or it'll be later on in October. I'm not 100% sure yet, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought nonetheless we would use this time to go thrifting for some frames because I have a lot of portraits that I bought and they don't have frames, and we need to get some wild and wacky and weird frames for a lot of these pictures. So I figured we'd go out and do that today. I'm finished up with work now, so we're gonna head out in just a second here. Also, I have some big boxes right over here, and they're from Amazon, so those are the frames that I ordered last week or whenever that was. They came in early, both of them. Both of the boxes came in early, so that's really exciting. So that just means it's up to me to go out there thrifting to find these frames. So we're gonna do that, and also, I don't know what it is exactly, but I feel this urge to go back to HomeGoods, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because we haven't been there in a while. I kind of want to see what's up at HomeGoods. I'm sure they still have plenty of Halloween stuff out, but I am curious if they're starting to put out some holiday stuff, some Christmas stuff. I don't know. We're going in that direction, so I figured, hey, let's stop at HomeGoods. Let's see what's going on there. And yeah, that's everything that I have planned, and then we'll see where the spooky wind takes us. But yeah, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you enjoy it. Hope you all are doing well out there. Grab a snack and a drink, because we're doing spooky things today, as we always do. Happy Halloween, everybody, and let's go. Okay, we've made it to the Goodwill, and look at this Halloween city up in here. Look at this really cute display. I was hoping that we would be able to find some Halloween in here. That wasn't too late. They got some good stuff. Look at this mummy spider skeleton guy here. That's pretty gnarly, actually. You know what? I also really like this like tinsel-y spider thing here. He is gigantic. And they got plenty of stuff over on this wall in here too Dang, we should have came here when we were looking for decor for the spooky tree this year. Ooh. Little driveway things. Okay, that's really cool. They're like reflectors. Those are always really helpful. Yeah, look at that. A bunch of chains and like axes and stuff like that. Also like the glow in the dark hands. This guy's also super creepy. I guess he's supposed to do something, but I'm not sure what, but he is pretty cool looking. Also, $50. Holy moly. All right, we'll get to the frames in just a second, but you know we gotta check out the Halloween while we can. There are so many awesome, like, costume items in here and, like, accessories and stuff. Brooms and, you know, swords and all the things. I see fake blood in here. They've got suspenders, witch hats, hairbands, wigs. Yeah, they got a lot of good stuff. And yet more stuff over in here too. I gotta say, this guy's pretty tempting. I really like this weird hybrid monster thing here. But yeah, they got a lot of really good decor options in here. Skull candles and like little tombstones, skeletons, and I really like this pumpkin too. That is awesome. Ooh, he does stuff. Yep, more stuff over in here too. I'm just looking around for the frames. Ooh, books. We gotta look at the books as well while we're here. But yeah, they got a lot of different skeleton decor things in here, little hanging ghosts. I mean, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Good selection at this Goodwill. All right, I think we're coming up to the frames now, thankfully. So I got my trusty tape measure here, so keep your fingers crossed, everybody. Okie dokie, we have a success. Thank you all for keeping your fingers crossed for me. We found the frames. Hooray. Super relieved about that. Oh my gosh, that was a big burden on me. So I'm glad that we found them. We should be in business now. The tricky part is going to be getting everything into the frames because we have some odd sized ones. One in particular is an odd sized one, and the frame that I got for it isn't like precise or anything. I don't even know if a precise frame exists for it. I'm sure it does, but probably not in a random Goodwill. But nonetheless, we're gonna MacGyver it. We're gonna make it work. And yeah, I'm very relieved. And I got a couple more things too, so we'll do a little haul once we get home. And yeah, success overall. It was a good Goodwill. Even found some books in there too. And I'm sorry that I didn't film too much in there, but already very rapidly my hands got quite full there. I follow a number of people on YouTube who are thrift store people, and it is definitely true what they've been saying. The prices at Goodwill specifically have definitely gone up. I say that like I know for a fact, but wow, like that was not inexpensive. Okay, that was not an inexpensive trip. Like we're talking $60 later, but I did get a lot of stuff, but nonetheless, like holy crap, like that one ghoulie guy that we saw, that was what, like $50? Like $50? Goodwill, seriously? $50? Get out of here. So I don't know, I think that's actually really quite sad that thrift stores and places like that are upping their prices along with absolutely everyone and everything else out there. Really quite sad. So anyway, just thought I would throw that out there. The rumors are true. Regardless, let's head over to, we're gonna backtrack just a little bit here and head over to HomeGoods. And not that I doubted it, but still plenty of Halloween in here. Plenty of Halloween. Ooh, lots of really pretty pumpkins in here too. Also, by the way, shout out to the person who recognized me in the parking lot of HomeGoods. Hope you're enjoying this video. I gotta say, I really like this pumpkin. I don't want to say I collect pieces that look like this, like the white and blue ones, but I kind of have a few pieces like this in my home, I don't have a pumpkin, and I really like this one a lot. Ooh, look at these adorable plates. Very vintagey looking. These ones are Eli and Anna. I gotta say, I really, really like this brand. Picked up a couple of their mugs the last time we were here at HomeGoods. It's really cute. Look at the little ghosties and the candy corn. Okay, here's another really good mug. Fright Night. That is so adorable. $5. And look at this. Eli and Anna again. I didn't realize that people were really going crazy for the Hello Kitty Halloween stuff. I guess it's a thing. I don't know. We've seen so much of it this year. This is really cute though. The little pumpkin Hello Kitty. Adorable. And they still have this Ouija board, this wooden Ouija board thing. I think you're supposed to hang it up. It's really, really cute. Should I get it? Should I just go ahead and get it? You know what? I have been thinking might be a good time to pick up some Thanksgiving things, since that's kind of the next big thing coming up besides Halloween, of course. They have a lot of really pretty, cute napkins in here for sure. That might be something we should do. Also, look at this. That is definitely Bella in a turkey suit. Oh my gosh. I think I found the cutest candle set ever in the world. Look at that. It's a whole spooky display with little tombstones and a house. Oh my good golly goodness. All right, well, guess we are gonna be purchasing some things after all. I don't think I can walk away from this. There's another one. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. Martha Stewart. We all knew you were a goth at heart. She, seriously, pun intended, kills it with her Halloween stuff. Oh my gosh. If the skeleton's head wasn't broken off, I'd probably just grab this one. Okay, here's something you don't see every day. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Just in general, but in like little bath towels. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Okay, we have made it back home. I'm gonna start with Goodwill since that's where we started. And I'll just pull out the first thing that I have here. So I picked up this frame and it already has a really nice photo on there of a golf course, right? Yeah, a golf course. Hole number 13 specifically. And this is, I can't remember the exact measurements of it, but this is gonna house my Tomb Sweet Tomb portrait. So I think that this will be a really good color because that's pretty much the color of what it is in the Haunted Mansion, like more or less. I know it's kind of like a wood sort of color. And then to be honest, the rest of the frames are not exactly interesting. They're pretty basic frames. So these are going to be for the 5x7s that I have. And again, I apologize if you didn't see that video. It's out there if you want to watch it. I'm just going to talk like I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. But these are going to go for the 5x7s for the family pictures is what I'm basically calling them. And they didn't have the most selection in the entire world there. So all of the frames that I got are square ones, unfortunately. I would have liked different shapes and sizes and things like that, but really as far as 5x7s went, square or rectangles, I guess I should say, were my only options. So I figured whatever, these will be fine for the time being at least, and maybe I can just keep my eyes out in the future for like different weird funky frames. And maybe I can switch them out slowly over time. But for now, these will do. They're better than nothing, obviously. This is my favorite one, though, I think. The outside design is, like, really, really cool. And, like, something kind of witchy, kind of occult about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could just be me, but I love this frame. So this one will probably always, whatever goes in this one will probably always stay there. But I don't know. It's a success because we found a lot of frames, and I don't know why, but I just thought in my brain that was going to be really, really hard to do, but they aren't like the most interesting frames in the world, which was kind of more what I wanted. So like I said, I'll just have to keep my eyes open going forward, but for the time being, those will do. So also while we were at Goodwill, I did look at the books for a little bit. Now, none of the books were in any particular order or organization or anything like that, so I didn't spend the most amount of time looking there. We could have been there for like an hour if I sifted through all of the books. But lo and behold, I did find some stuff. So first of all, a Riley Sager book, Survive the Night. This is on my TBR list, my to be read list. The premise of this sounds interesting to me. So basically, I think it takes place in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, the 80s or the 90s. And there is, on this college campus, there's like a campus killer or whatever, serial killer. And this girl decides she wants to go home from college. And since it's like the 90s or whatever, there's no internet. And so that she does like a rideshare thing on a bulletin board. Someone answers the rideshare thing, takes her home. And I guess basically throughout this drive back home or whatever, she's, I think, slowly kind of realizing that, hey, this guy may have actually been the campus killer. So I don't know. The premise of that, I think that's pretty much the only thing the synopsis says, more or less. So it sounds interesting to me. I've heard mixed reviews. On this. Some people seem to absolutely really like it, and some people seem to kind of hate it. So, but nonetheless, to me, again, the premise sounded pretty darn interesting. I just read The Last One by Riley Sager, and it was incredibly good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars personally. I'd say, honestly, it was probably more like a 4.5 for me. 4.5 stars out of 5. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. I like the way he writes. It's going to be like a thriller, mystery sort of thing. So I'm glad that I found it, and it's a hardback too. And then I also found a Darcy Coates book. So how about that? This one is The Haunting of Rookwood House. And I know they do a lot of books like this, The Haunting of whatever. So I have no idea what this one is about. When Guy finds the deed to a house in his mother's attic, it seems like an incredible stroke of luck. Sure, it hasn't been inhabited in years, and vines strangle the age-stained walls, but Guy's convinced he can clean up the building and sell it. Blah, blah, blah. He can't escape the feeling that he's being watched. He still decides to camp in the crumbling old mansion when he does repairs. Blah, blah, blah. But there's a reason no one lives in the house, and the dilapidated rooms aren't as empty as they seem. 40 years ago, a deranged woman tormented that family that made Rookwood its home. And such. I can't read the rest of it because there's a price sticker on the back. So whatever. I hear that people really like Darcy Coates. I still haven't read one of their books. So I sure hope it's good. But we got these at the Goodwill, so they weren't the most expensive things in the entire world. So I just went ahead and decided to pick them up. So I'm properly chuffed about this. Found some good books. I'm excited. And then the last thing that I grabbed was the really weird mummy skeleton spider abomination. Like an abomination to mankind is what this guy is. I had to get him. I had to get him for that reason, because it's honestly one of the weirder Halloween decorations that I've seen, that we've seen. So for that reason, I just had to. He was $16. $16 at the freaking Goodwill. Like, come on, guys. It's kind of crazy, but I knew that lying awake at night tonight, I would be thinking about this guy if I didn't get him, and regretting every single life choice leading up to that moment. So we had to get him. He might go on top of the spooky bookcase. I don't know. We're gonna have to find a really cool spot for him. But yeah, he's just really weird and scary. I think he's gonna come alive at night, if I had to guess. Like, this is the stuff of nightmares, is it not? It's just the stuff of nightmares, and I really like that. I really like that aspect of it. So I had to get him. And that is everything that I got from Goodwill. Okay, and then HomeGoods. Your girl went kind of crazy at HomeGoods. So first of all, let me show you the paper products that I got. I did go ahead and decide to get the Thanksgiving paper products. We use paper products, my family does, and it's kind of been a fun thing for us to do every year, my mom and I, to find some pretty paper products for Thanksgiving. We do it for Christmas as well. And so I found these at HomeGoods and I really liked them. I will preface this before I show you these paper products that I did the unthinkable, everybody. I did the unthinkable, okay? Please do not think lesser of me when I show you these paper products. But they are Rae Dunn. They are Rae Dunn paper products. I know. I don't know how I feel about it either. I feel shameful. I should probably go take a shower, to be quite honest. No, but seriously, these are really cute. These are really cute, okay? And I feel like, no offense to Rae Dunn, but I feel like she does better with paper products than with like ceramics and things that last forever. Wow, that might have been the rudest thing I've ever said. I don't mean it in that respect, but I guess I just feel like paper products usually have like little sayings on them and things like that, so it doesn't bother me as much here. Like I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's really nice. I feel like it just is fine. So I'm very sorry, Rae Dunn. I sure do give you a hard time now, don't I? Anyway, these are the large, like, dinner plates one. It just says thankful. It has all the fall leaves on there, and they're all, like, really pretty colors at that. And then these are the, like, little dessert or side plates. And I saw these first, and I really like them. I like the really pretty purple color. I just feel like that's kind of different, you know, for Thanksgiving, for fall. And I figured my mom would really like these too. And then these are the napkins that I grabbed. They're not overtly Thanksgiving, but they're definitely fall. I thought that they were just so incredibly pretty, and so I got them. They had a lot of really pretty napkins in there, so it was hard to decide, but I decided to go with something a little bit different. Little farmhouse up at the top there. I just want to live there. I want to live inside of this napkin. Anyway, those are the paper products that I got. We're thinking ahead to Thanksgiving. Something that I also found that I really wanted from last year, and I'm glad that I found it and thought to look for it, but it's one of those like little spa headbands. And of course it's a Halloween one, and it's got a little ghosty up at the top. I thought it was super cute. These headbands are so helpful, obviously, because when you're washing your face, getting your makeup off or whatever, like holding back the hair is always very helpful. So let's give her a shot, huh? Ooh, all right. What do we think? Can I wear this out and about in public? Do I look any crazier than I usually do? Probably not, to be honest. It is so stinking adorable. I'm sorry, but it is just the cutest thing ever. No regrets. No regrets. But it is sort of giving me a headache, so that we'll just want to take it off. Anyway, speaking of the bathroom, here's something. Here's a couple of things that I absolutely, in no way, shape, or form need. Like, at all. Do I need any of this stuff? I always say this. Do I need any of this stuff? No, never. But these items in particular are literally like the last thing on the face of the planet that your girl needs. But your girl picked them up anyway, and they are towels, more hand towels. So I saw this one. I don't think I shared it in the store, but it's so stinking cute. First of all, love that it's black and white. So I feel like that's going to go with almost any theme, any whatever's going on inside of my bathroom. So I really like that, but I love how it looks like a sweater, you know, like a, I don't know, just like a cardigan or whatever, like those classic sweaters. I love that print, and it is just so stinking cute. I knew this was another one that I was gonna really regret not grabbing, so I just did. But yeah, it's got the skulls, it's got ghosts on there, it's got jack-o'-lanterns, little spiders too. They're so stinking cute. I absolutely love, 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 love these little hand towels. So I had to get these, and then obviously I had to get the Casper ones. There was no way, shape, or form I was gonna leave that store without getting the freaking Casper hand towels. These are so cute. I love Casper. I'm a 90s kid, so grew up with Casper. Casper, the movie with Christina Ricci, is literally one of my most favorite movies of all time. Cannot possibly wait to watch it come October. So I had to grab these. So yeah, didn't need them. Did not need them. Not a necessary thing, especially because the bathroom's gonna be the Haunted Mansion. So where I guess these could go in my other bathroom, but I don't know. We will see. All right, next item was kind of a last minute pickup, but I got a spoon rest. Random stuff in this haul. It is so cute though. I love it. All of the little ghosts on there, and it's a really pretty purple color too. I've been wanting to get a Halloween spoon rest. If you can believe it, I don't have one until now. So I thought this one was really perfect. Again, I love the purple color. That's what really did it for me. So I just went ahead and grabbed it, whatever. Next thing that I picked up is yet another spooky plant. So this is definitely becoming a thing. A collection of mine is now to just grab up all of the spooky plants that I possibly can. And so I saw this one and I was like, oh, I love it. I love it. The only thing I don't love is the planter that it's in. I just, I hate the color of it. So I think if and whenever I'm feeling frisky, I suppose, let's spray paint this black sometime. And then the final thing here, which you all can absolutely guess as to what it is the spooky little cemetery setup here. Now, I didn't realize this at the time, but this one in particular is not a Martha Stewart piece. It's this person's piece. The other one was, and I would have grabbed that one, but the skeleton's head was chopped off as we saw. But nonetheless, I really love this one too. The little tombstones, the spooky house. It is so freaking adorable. I love the little container for it too. I think that's really fun. And if you don't know, I am a collector of candles that are shaped into things that we are just never ever gonna burn. So this was an absolute no-brainer. This is one of the best ones that I've ever seen, seriously. So it's gonna have to go in a place of prominence in my home somewhere, maybe the spooky bookshelf. I'm not really sure, but yeah, had to grab this guy. So that's it. That's everything. That's everything that I got today. Sure is a heck of a lot more than I thought it was gonna be, but that's okay. That is how that goes. I'm just really excited about the frames. That's a huge relief. And then, like I said at the beginning of the video, I got the other frames in from Amazon. I'm not gonna unbox. I thought about unboxing them for you all, but they're just, they literally are the most basic of basic frames. So we're not gonna worry about that. You all get it. I needed frames, okay? So yeah, successful shopping trip all around. Okay, so I unboxed the frames that I got from Amazon and they look great. It's actually funny because some of these really weird shaped ones are kind of dusty, so they've probably been sitting there for a while. But I got 4 of these. This is for the stretching room portraits, and then 2 of just these plain wood looking, I don't think these are actually made out of wood, but wood looking frames for the dueling ghosts. So I'm actually going to go ahead and frame up everything tonight, I think. because I'm just so eager to see what everything looks like inside of their frames and just make sure everything is okay. Okay, so I thought we could sit here and chat about books really quick because it's been a minute since I've updated you all on what I've read, what I've been reading and such. So I wanted to do that hopefully really quick here because it's been a minute, as I said, and I don't want to forget like these books and all the things. So I'm just gonna do it now here for you. So, like I said earlier, I read The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And by read, I mean listened to on Audible. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave it 4.5 stars. I would say 4.5 stars out of 5. And yeah, really enjoyed it. It lived up to the hype. There was a lot of hype around that book. And I would say it definitely lived up to it. It was a really good spooky-esque mystery read. And there were so many twists and turns all throughout the book, all the way up to like literally the very end of it. So I really appreciated that. You know, I'm not really much of a thriller mystery kind of gal, or at least I wasn't. Until recently. And I gotta say, I've been very, very much enjoying the thriller mystery genre of books. Usually I've been more of a horror kind of gal, just in general, like straight up horror, but I am enjoying the mystery. So yeah, it was really good, and it takes place inside of like an old Gothic manor on the side of a cliff and all of that stuff. So it was very like kind of atmospheric in that sense. And yeah, like I said, I really did enjoy it a lot. Like trying to figure out all of the twists and the possible twists. Like I always try to figure out what's happening in the book. Like I suspect everybody already. Like I suspect everybody, and I start thinking of like possible scenarios of like what the twists are going to be. And I will say I got quite a few of them correct. I'm not going to lie. I got quite a few of them correct, but there were definitely a lot of them that I did not see coming in any way, shape, or form. So it was very enjoyable. It was definitely, if I had actual pages to turn, it was absolutely a page turner. I couldn't wait to listen to it and to find out what happened. So would definitely recommend The Only One Left. And, you know, if you're not into horror books, but you still want something kind of on the spooky side, especially with like spooky houses and things like that, I would say that one's definitely a good one to pick up. And then the book that I read after that is The One by John Mars. This is my very first John Mars book that I've ever read. And they are also on the side of like mystery thrillers, I suppose. Although, like reading the synopsi of a lot of his books, it sounds very Black Mirror-esque. Like it sounds very much like situations that could happen now with today's current technology, or perhaps somewhere in the not so distant future, and how that kind of goes awry. And I love that. I'm a huge fan of Black Mirror. Love that show. So once I found out like the stories that John Mars wrote, I was like, okay, yeah, this is right up my alley. So I started off with a bang with The One, and it was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave that one 5 out of 5 stars, and I stick to that. I stick to my 5 out of 5 stars. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed all of it. Like, again, if I wasn't listening to it on Audible, if I had actual pages, it was a page turner. Could not put it down. It's definitely not spooky, okay? It's definitely not spooky. It's not scary. It's nothing like that. It's not even really, I mean, I don't even think it's a mystery, technically. It's just a little bit on the thriller-ish side. But to me, it was just interesting. It was just interesting stories. And basically what The One is about is, in this not so distant future, in this scenario, you are able to find your soulmate by using DNA. Like they found out that there's like this thing in your DNA that can be linked to your soulmate. So basically, if you do the DNA swab and you send it in, then you get results back of your soulmate. And basically it follows the story of, I don't remember how many people was it? I think it was 5. You follow the different stories, the different paths of 5 different people, and basically how this DNA thing has completely effed up their lives, more or less. And like I said, it wasn't spooky, it wasn't scary, not to me. No horror or anything like that at all. And again, it wasn't even really, there's definitely some like extreme elements in it, but for the most part, it was an easy read. I don't know, for me, it was an easy read, and would definitely recommend. It was just really good overall. Suppose if you want the synopsis for The Only One Left to, basically there is this old woman who lives in this mansion on the top of a cliff, and she is the only remaining survivor of this family massacre. The rest of her family, her mom, her dad, and her sister were murdered on the same night, and she was the only one left. And so she's kind of infamous in the town for being potentially a murderer. It's very, very Lizzie Borden. So come to it took place in the 80s. So we go back a bit, later on in her life. She's very, very old. She needs care. She has a lot of ailments and whatnot. She's mute. She can barely move, all the things. And this, what the heck is her name? I don't remember the name of the nurse that comes and takes care of her, but it's our main protagonist that we are following throughout the story. Kit. And she's a nurse, so she comes to take care of her. She takes on this job to take care of her. And basically throughout this story, she finds and figures out like what happened that night and all the things. And there's so many, she has skeletons in her closet. That whole family has skeletons in there. It's a whole thing. So it was really, both of those books were just thoroughly enjoyable, really enjoyable. So currently what I am reading right now is an actual book, The Handyman Method by Nick Cutter and Andrew F. Sullivan. I've talked about this probably a couple times already on the channel before, but I'm a huge fan of Nick Cutter. I've read The Deep and I've read The Troop, both fantastic horror books. Really scary, really disturbing, will mess you up on the other side of it books. And so I was very excited to read this one, The Handyman Method. And I'm loving it so far. I am loving it. I should be done with it pretty dang soon, maybe over the weekend. But it's definitely a spooky, scary horror. And it's so good. This book is very Stephen King coded. Very Stephen King. It sounds like when I'm reading it, I'm like this. No offense to Nick Cutter. I love both of these authors are doing a fantastic job, and it's very clearly their own work. I know I would hate to have my work be compared to somebody else's, so I hesitate to say this because I feel bad about it. I know how that feels, but when I'm reading it, I feel like I'm reading a Stephen King book. So I'm like, yes, I love this. I love this so much. But like I don't know, it's very Stephen King. And I love the way that Stephen King writes. I love his books. So I'm loving this. And like I said, it's very scary and very horror, just pure horror. But it's also kind of funny. Like there's definitely a lot of funny moments to it for me. And I'm absolutely loving it. So if you like Stephen King and if you like horror, like real, true, disgusting, like crazy, spooky, supernatural horror, definitely give this one a read. And then what I'm listening to right now on Audible, I am actually rereading Pet Sematary by Stephen King. After reading a couple of thriller mystery novels, I want horror, and I just haven't really, I feel like I haven't really found that yet with all of the books that we picked up lately, with all of the kind of research that I've done. I've been watching a lot of BookTube as well, absolutely falling in love with BookTube. And I'm just trying to find like a good, actually scary horror read. And I haven't really come up with too much yet. So I just decided, you know what? It's been a number of years, maybe like 8 years, 9 or 8 years or so since I've read The Pet Sematary. I only read it once. Absolutely loved it, of course. So I was like, you know what? I want Stephen King horror. That's what I want, honestly. That's just what I want. So I decided to go ahead and give it a reread, and I'm pretty dang close. I'm not done yet by any means, but things are ramping up in the book. So we're getting there. I think I have maybe like 4 or 5 hours left on Audible. So yeah, I'm enjoying. I love Pet Sematary. In fact, after listening to it, I think it might actually end up being potentially my favorite Stephen King book. It's either that or The Shining. I sound very cliche right now, I know, but man, The Shining was just so good. But anyway, that's where we're at with life right now, reading The Handyman Method and Pet Sematary pretty closely. But I'm excited to finish up The Handyman Method because I really want to start another like physical copy book here pretty soon. And it's probably going to be a space horror. It's either going to be Parasite by Darcy Coates or Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. I think it's going to be either of those. Or Rosemary's Baby. I don't know, because I really want to read that too. I'm looking at my books right now. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, that's where we are at with the books. So once again, if you have any horror book suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, because I am in the market to like legitimate horror scary books. That's what we're looking for. All right, it's Jeopardy time, and just putting all the photos inside of the frames here, and then I'll show you the finished product. Already got one of them. All right, everything is just about framed up. I'm just working on the Tomb Sweet Tomb one now. We did have to MacGyver it, but I feel pretty smart, I'm not gonna lie. So the original photo that was inside of that frame, the golf course, I just went ahead and taped the Tomb Sweet Tomb directly on top of the entire thing, the matte thing around it, as well as the photo. I'm just gonna leave it all in there because whatever, and I'm gonna stick it right down into it, and then it should fit perfectly. So okay, ta-da! They are all framed up and they look really good. This one's cool because the frame is actually very close to the actual photo, which has like a makeshift frame already on it, sort of thing. So that's nice. It's definitely not, these aren't the nicest frames in the entire world. They're definitely pretty cheap, not that great. So someday we'll have to invest in better frames, but for the time being, that's pretty good. And then look at the freaking Tomb Sweet Tomb. It looks so good. This is probably my favorite one. I love the matte background in the back. The green is like the same green as the green on the inside of the Tomb Sweet Tomb. It looks perfect. Like I literally couldn't have imagined it looking any better than that. It is so good. And kind of the old like weathered frame around it is it's just perfect. It is absolutely perfect. And then here are the stretching room portraits. They look so good, all framed up. Now, you know, the black, again, it's not the best. I wish it was something else. I don't know. But for the time being, again, like, it's good. No complaints overall, because the frames fit the portraits and they look amazing. They're all uniformed and even. And I couldn't be happier. I'm so excited. All of this stuff is framed up and it's making it more real to me. And then here are the family portraits that I put in these frames here, and they look great. I went with these 3. I do have 2 other portraits that, well, they're right over here. Hold on. So I have these 2 pictures left over, and I do have one more frame that I could put them in, but we did get photos from Spirit Halloween, and it's both of these guys. So I might just leave these alone and just use these and then the pictures that we got from Spirit Halloween and call it a day. I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. We're going to have to play around with it whenever we do decorate the Haunted Mansion bathroom. But yeah, they look great overall. I am super, super happy. Oh yeah, and I don't know why, I just kind of decided to put the abomination on top of the tree here next to Leatherface. And I think that's pretty creepy. I think they deserve each other. I really do. And that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. This was a hodgepodge. This was a hodgepodge of a video. We did some shopping, did a good old-fashioned haul, put some portraits inside of a frame, and talked about books. Doesn't get much better than that. So thank you so much again for watching. And I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do something decorating-wise, but I don't know if I want to do the bathroom or if I want to do my other relatively secret Halloween decorating project that I want to get done too. I'm kind of leaning more towards that because I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I don't know how any of this is going to turn out. Let's get real, but I really legitimately don't know how this is going to turn out or how I'm going to accomplish it or anything. I just have this vision in my brain and I'm really excited about it. And I feel like that would just be a fun thing to do. Not that the Haunted Mansion bathroom won't be a fun thing to do, but it's just like that I feel like a lot of pressure towards, and doing this other Halloween project I feel like would just be kind of more fun maybe. I don't know. We will see. So time will tell, but regardless, I'm really, really excited that we got these frames because that marks the end of this Haunted Mansion journey. Now we just got to put it all in the bathroom and hope and pray that it turns out okay. So yeah, but that's really exciting. So anyway, I have a lot more spooky adventures coming up here really, really soon. I'm going to be doing traveling literally in a week from now. Wow, that's scary. Literally 1 week from now, we're doing some traveling, and I'm so excited about it. Cannot possibly wait. I'm gonna do a few videos before that as well. There's a lot of oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff that I gotta get accomplished beforehand. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Stay safe out there. And I really hope that everyone, that is living in Florida that's been impacted by the hurricane, I hope you all are okay. If you all just want to say like a nice little prayer for people here in Florida, anyone who's been hit by the hurricane, if you're the praying kind, I think that would be really, really nice if you can, or just send good positive thoughts. I don't want to say our way because we were not impacted by the hurricane, but Florida's way. I think that's actually helpful. I believe in the power of thought in all of that stuff. So if you just want to do that, that would be really nice, because that was a devastating hurricane, and it's just absolutely heartbreaking what happened. It really, really is. So my heart goes out to everybody who was impacted in the hurricane. I hope you all are doing well and are doing okay. And yeah, I think that's all I can say there. So anyway, thank you all again for watching. Really appreciate it. Happy Halloween. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye, everyone. See you later.